This is a short update video. I've added a tiny little section into the top level of our computer. Now I'm not going to include this change in the Design a CPU 4 course because I've already completed almost all of the videos and it's just about ready to go live. So you can expect to see this sort of change in the Design a CPU 5. Now ideally when I do the Design a CPU 5 I'm wanting to have the hardware in effect kind of nailed down, but I don't think there's anything wrong with adding in small changes if they make quite a big difference to the functionality of the circuit. So you can see here what I've done is I've taken the clock input, I've fed it through an AND, and we've got an extra control here. So in effect this here just works as a pause. So whenever the program is running, and there's a program running just now which is drawing out a square, well what we can do is we can click on this just to pause it. So it means that the entire circuit is paused and you can get into the computer and you can jump through all of the respective layers and you can have a look and see what the state is of the machine. And then you can come back up to the top level and you can just click the go button again and it'll just continue. So in effect this is like a pause button, so it's a go and stop, or if you like a pause button. Now what you can also do, you can stop it if you want and then you can reset it and then you can press go again, and that's it starting from the beginning again, and you can do that as many times as you like. Now we don't need to stop it in order to reset, we can simply click on the reset and it'll go back to the beginning again and just continue to work through the code. Now a useful thing about this is that we don't need to keep going in here and turning the clock off. In effect, whenever we run up a program at first, as soon as we click on that tick enabled, that means in effect it's like turning our computer on, and we can see the computer's on whenever the clock here is running. And you can see as well that whenever we're actually running through a piece of code, we've got the little green light on here that says go. So we're actually running through this simulation. And when I click it here, you can see it's turned the dark green, which means it's actually stopped, okay, or paused. So another thing that's quite handy is that we can pause the simulation, we can reset it, and now we can just go in and we can load in a new piece of software, okay? So now I won't actually go and put something else in, I'll just keep the same one, so we can reload this one here, but you could imagine just changing that to a different bit of software. In fact, that's what I'll do. I'll actually just go in and I'll grab something, edit, and I'll open up, let's have a look and see one of the hex. There's a hex add. Okay, so we'll close that and it's ready to go. Okay, so we don't need to come in here and adjust, stop the clock or anything. We just simply have to click on the go, and it's now running through the hex add, and you can see the hex add coming in here at the top. It's maybe a bit difficult to see, a bit small here. Okay, so it's running through, you can see that there. It's a bit awkward when it's actually still running the code. So I'll just leave it. So it's running through the hex add just now. And again, we could pause that if we want. Okay, and then we can let it run again. Or we could pause it, we could reset it, and then just add in a different code, okay, program. So edit, open, and then again we could pick some other bit of code, any bit of code. and we can just go to the Go button and it's running that new piece of code. Okay, now it makes the running of the CPU a little bit simpler. I have messed about just with these, stopping them at random moments and continually setting and resetting them. And I've not actually run into any problems. It hasn't done anything silly, so it seems to be quite solid with it. So this is something I will add into the design a CPU 5 because it's a really simple and useful change. So that's all for this video. Thank you for listening. I'll get you on the next video. Goodbye.